Hey guys, just finished watching Marvel's Runaway, Season 2, Episode 11, Last Waltz. This episode was really good. It was a different episode because it's more of a personal episode, and a lot of this whole show was kind of personal, but like it was more of a smaller episode dealing with just kind of playing with Molly's birthday and stuff, and they went and had to get Chase and Gert from New York and stuff, and they had free her, and then ended up having to leave Owen Lace with them, and she's stuck there. And then you have Chase and him leaving at the end of the episode to go hang out with his father because his father called him and said he's dying, right? He needs him to be around. And that's unclear if that's really true or not. He did go to the doctors or pretended for Janet Stein, but at the same time, he also got a message on his phone saying that, when would you like to reschedule your appointment? So he clearly didn't actually go to that appointment, or he has another appointment to go to because he actually, it's unclear if he went to the appointment or pretended he did for Janet Stein. And if he actually did go and he still is sick, he has another appointment to go to because he has cancer and he's dying. And then he maybe needs, and that's why he hasn't told his wife and stuff. And I think that's really going to be interesting to see as to kind of where things go. Is he actually dying? We know he's also infected by one of the people from Jonah's ship and stuff. So that's going to be cool to see as to where that plays into this. And with Chase leaving and stuff, it's going to be interesting to see as to where things go with that. Now, I feel like by the end of this, we only have 2 more episodes left. I think by then he should be able to, get out and... we'll see. He should be back with the Runaways, and I think it's going to be interesting to see as to where things kind of go with that. So I'm excited to see as to where the Chase Stein storyline goes. But the really interesting part that I'm really interested in is the little cameo that we got, the cameo or the beginning of another storyline that we have here, and right from the comics, the Zavin storyline, which in the comic books is a super scroll. So Zavin was that girl at the beginning of the episode who kept looking for her. She's like, I need to touch something she touched. I need to find her and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Turn into this different girl and stuff. In the comic books, he's a she, he. It's unclear. I think it's a he. Let's just say occupation, gender fluid. Yeah, gender fluid, obviously, because he's a super scroll. And I think that's really interesting to see what happens. All we see is him changing. We don't see anything where things are going to go. And on the comic books, he's a super scroll in changing who's in a arranged marriage to stay with Carolina and stuff. And I think that's really going to be interesting to see as to where things go with that storyline, how they're going to play that up, how is it going to affect Nico and her relationship, because if I'm not mistaken, in the comic book, she didn't really have a relationship to go to, but obviously she's not going to want to leave. She didn't want to leave Earth for Jonah. Why is she going to want to leave for an arranged marriage, right? And I think that's really going to be fun to kind of play with that, to see as to where things go with that. But I'm hoping how little we got out of it here. We saw the character a few points. We saw him 2 scenes at the beginning. We saw it for first appearance with turning into someone, right, as a homeless person, then turning into that one person. Then we saw her looking for, she bumped into that guy who works at the church there, asking if she could find something that Carolina has touched and stuff. And then we saw her again when she actually bumps into Carolina. So we saw her 3 times throughout this episode. That was not, if we had saw her just 1 or twice, then it would be oh, maybe they're setting up for season 3, right? But I'm not entirely here with how much there is in here, but not really, kind of still just a passing moment. And we've been teasing this storyline since a bit. We saw it in a few episodes ago. Carolina's been hearing voices in her head, so it's clearly Zavin and stuff. And I think that's really going to be interesting to see as to where things go with that. Hopefully they don't leave it for next season's storyline, but with all the voices in her head throughout this season, or throughout the back half of the season, everything since, which I wish they kind of had teased this a little bit earlier on too, and kind of have this, because it definitely feels like this whole season is split up into 2 stories. You have the Jonah and his and his ship, and then you have after Jonah and his ship blow up, So I think this storyline with Zavin is really going to be interesting to see as to where things kind of go with everything going on. And having Super Scrolls, I think, is going to be really interesting, especially with the whole Super Skrulls and Captain Marvel and stuff, and I think that's really going to be interesting to see as to where stuff goes with that. How is it going to tie in? Hopefully, there's some sort of, it's unclear if, the Marvel, the writers here, would they have heard or maybe already have seen or know what happens to the Skrulls in the Captain Marvel movie, or know if there's Skrulls in the Endgame movie. I doubt they're going to know what they had, anything like that, because none of the Netflix guys knew about the snap or anything like that, but they obviously know there's Captain Marvel's, there's Skrulls in Captain Marvel, everyone knows that, but as to what really happens in there, is there anything a part of that they can know in here? I doubt it, and that's something that, if Kevin Feige was running this show, he would be able to be like, yeah, so you're using Skrulls, this is what you need to know about Skrulls, there you go, right? And I think that could be fun doing that, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if he'd want to just jump in and watch it. Depends if he likes it. If he likes it and wants to jump in and put his hands in here, I think it would be really interesting to see that. So it's going to be fun to see as to where things go with all this. So Super Skrulls does get me excited. We'll have to wait and see as to where things go with this, if we get to see him in a Skrull form, or if we get to even reference him as he gets to say the word Skrull. I think that could be something interesting to see. So let me know what you think, guys, about this in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.